It looks like we might have a better idea now on how the cars and vehicles are going to work in GTA 6. What's going on, guys? My name is Ross, or Mr. Boss for the win, and in today's Grand Theft Auto video, we are going to be talking about probably how those cars and vehicles will work in Rockstar's next Grand Theft Auto game, which that's obviously a huge part of GTA. I mean, the name of the game is a felony for stealing an automobile, Grand Theft Auto, so naturally, cars are a huge part of it. And I'm excited to see not only where Rockstar goes next, but also the cars they introduce, some of the new customization, all sort of good stuff. Well, we actually heard from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2, who gave us some details on how this thing is going to work. He said this: "If I recall correctly, RDR2 is based on a 2014 GTA 5 build. That's as far as what we've seen from data mining RDR2. It's like Rockstar detached off that build and went on iterating and upgrading mechanics for RDR2. However, some stuff had to be imported from RDR1's Rage version, like the Deadeye ability, and iterated on. I don't know how it would be like for GTA 6, but Rockstar is already experimenting with Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. The new menu design is based off of RDR2's menu, and GTA 5 E&E now uses SGA, Rockstar's new render, same as RDR2. Assuming GTA 6 is based off of RDR2, then having GTA 5 similar to RDR2 facilitates the process. Either way, the advanced handling flags and downforce mechanics from 5 give us a glimpse of how car handling would feel like on GTA 6. I know the flags are highly controversial, but their poor implementation is due to the game being 8 years old. Each car spoiler giving a different downforce value rather than all having the same downforce value, as with the case with GTA 5 Day 1 vehicles. All in all, I'm looking forward to all the details on car customization." All right, so he basically gives us a little bit of background on the development of Rockstar Games, and basically each new game is going to roughly be based on the old game in some way, shape, or form. So Grand Theft Auto 5 built off of Max Payne 3. It also built off of Grand Theft Auto 4. Red Dead Redemption 2 built off of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 1. And it looks like GTA 6 is going to build off of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of its mechanics, in terms of its menus, in terms of its graphics, all that sort of good stuff. And what he's focusing on today is the way the vehicles work in GTA 5. Because a couple of years ago, Rockstar introduced these advanced handling flags and downforce mechanics. And they haven't gone over so well, mainly because the game came out in 2013. But in theory, it is supposed to be a whole lot more realistic because each car spoiler gives a different downforce value. So for example, like a supercar might have a different downforce value if it was attached to a spoiler than, let's say, like a pickup truck that might have a spoiler option, if you can see my air quotes. Now, we'll get some more explanation on this in a little bit, but it is going to be exciting to see how Rockstar does the GTA 6 cars. But it is going to be exciting to see how Rockstar handle the cars and vehicles in Grand Theft Auto 6, as well as the customization that they implement as well. Are we really going to be able to fine-tune our vehicles? I mean, we can to a degree right now in GTA 5, but we're still kind of limited. Could Rockstar take it to an even bigger degree? And could they implement things like, minute changes to the engine or the spoiler or the wheels or the tire or the weight of the car? There's so many different things that they could do, and it wouldn't be shocking if Rockstar did end up diving into that. Now, there's more follow-up as well because, as I'm sure you guys know or don't know, these handling flags are kind of confusing with someone saying, can someone give me a crash course on these flags? What specifically are they and why are they controversial? With Tez Funds 2 saying Rockstar came up with the advanced handling flags to combat some physics-related exploits and bugs that became very common within the racing scene. The so-called curb boosting technique, where driving onto and off a curb grants you a speed boost. But for some reason, the flags were exclusive to specific DLC cars, and they themselves introduced new physics-related bugs to these cars. One of the flags added to the Entity XXR increases the vehicle's suspension, springiness, which causes it to bounce like crazy to the point driving experience becomes unbearable. It remains unknown whether this was intended by design. Either way, almost everyone regretted wasting money on that vehicle. Regardless, I think these physics-related bugs could have been resolved when the developers were still working on the physics simulation and not years after the game. So that's an opportunity for GTA 6. And then with an edit, advanced handling flags aren't all about addressing the physics-related bugs. One of them enables each car spoiler on the open-wheel cars to have different downforce value. So you guys can see that that's why Rockstar added these flags. It was to get rid of some exploits and bugs that became very popular, and obviously racing is a huge part of not only GTA 5, but also Grand Theft Auto Online as well. But what this did is it made a lot of the vehicles, specifically the new DLC cars, completely unusable. The Entity XXR is one example, and that's one of the priciest cars in the game. Just to give you guys a refresher, it's $2,305,000. It was supposed to be one of the best hypercars in the game, but because of those new values, it basically became one of the worst. And if you bought it, you were essentially throwing $2,305,000 in the trash. It wasn't going to be useful in any of the races at all. And so a lot of people have really been skeptical about this and having this added in the game. But a lot of people, including Tez Funds 2, believes that this was Rockstar working out the physics-related bugs for the next game, GTA 6. And so going forward in Grand Theft Auto 6, not only because the game is going to be built on a new engine, it's also just going to be new altogether. We aren't going to have a lot of the issues that we see right now with in-game cars and vehicles. And so while these handling flags might be here in GTA 6, they won't be controversial because they won't be trying to band-aid up issues of the past. And a game that originally came out in 2013, they're probably going to be there just to make the game feel more realistic. Apply different values for spoilers or apply different values for downforce on certain cars, which can really lead to a lot of cool customization. So overall, I think this is a really good thing. And I think the vehicles and cars in GTA 6 are going to be so cool, so advanced. I mean, just think about how far we've come from the likes of San Andreas, and then we kind of took a step backwards in GTA 4, and then obviously leaps and bounds forward in GTA 5, and then getting even more unique customization in Grand Theft Auto Online. So Rockstar has progressively given us more and more to do with our cars, and I expect in Grand Theft Auto 6 that is not going to be any different. We're just going to have so much to do. But I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about the cars and vehicles in GTA 6, the customization, the advanced handling flags, how you think they're going to work and feel and drive. Again, let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.